In 1976, the Cold War balance of power was shattered. A Soviet pilot, Viktor Belenko, defected to Japan in a MiG-25 Foxbat. To Western intelligence, this aircraft was a nightmare, a Mach 3 super fighter that seemed to outclass everything in the sky. Its existence had directly spurred the development of America's premier fleet defender. But when engineers tore the Foxbat apart, they found not a nimble dogfighter, but a stainless steel missile, brutally fast but crude. This is the story of that phantom threat, and the sophisticated hunter built to kill it. The MiG-25 Foxbat versus the F-14 Tomcat. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat was the U.S. Navy's answer to the air superiority challenge. Entering service in 1974, its defining feature was its variable sweep wings, allowing for both low-speed carrier landings and supersonic flight up to Mach 2.34. Its heart was the revolutionary AN-AWG-9 radar, capable of tracking 24 targets and guiding 6 AIM-54 Phoenix missiles to separate targets over 100 miles away. This system was managed by a second crew member, the Radar Intercept Officer, or RIO. Early F-14A models were hampered by unreliable TF-30 engines, but later variants received powerful General Electric F-110s, unlocking the airframe's full potential. In the other corner, the Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-25 was a pure interceptor, built to counter the high-flying American XB-70 Valkyrie bomber. Entering service in 1970, its design was one of brute force. Two massive Tumansky R-15 turbojets could push the airframe to an operational speed of Mach 2.83, with a theoretical limit of Mach 3.2, though this risked destroying the engines. Precise, tense, controlled, and clear. Never slow or sleepy. Read like an operations room briefing is unfolding in real time, with sober emphasis on decisions, logistics, terrain, and consequences. Its Smerch-R radar was powerful but lacked the look-down, shoot-down sophistication of its American rival, and its primary armament was 4 large R-40 long-range missiles. The F-14 first drew blood in August 1981, when U.S. Navy pilots downed 2 Libyan Su-22s over the Gulf of Sidra. They would engage Libyan fighters again in 1989, this time MiG-23s. The Tomcat served with distinction through the Gulf War and in operations over Iraq and Afghanistan, evolving into a capable precision strike platform. The MiG-25 first saw action in 1971, flying reconnaissance missions over the Sinai Peninsula. But the ultimate test came during the Iran-Iraq War. The Shah of Iran had purchased F-14s before the revolution, and these aircraft became the only Tomcats to ever face the Foxbat in combat. On September 16, 1982, an Iranian F-14A achieved a kill against an Iraqi MiG-25RB using an AIM-54 Phoenix missile from a range of over 100 kilometers, a near-perfect validation of the Tomcat's design philosophy. The F-14's strength was its unparalleled capability as a fleet air defense interceptor. The combination of the AWG-9 radar, the Phoenix missile, and a 2-person crew created a long-range defensive shield no other aircraft could match. Its variable sweep wings gave it an agility the MiG-25 could never hope to possess. Its primary weakness lay in its early TF-30 engines and its immense operational cost and maintenance requirements. The MiG-25's strength was its singular focus on speed and altitude. It could fly higher and faster than an F-14, allowing it to dictate the terms of an engagement or escape if threatened. However, it was a one-dimensional weapon. Its heavy steel frame made it a poor dogfighter. Its engines had a notoriously short service life, and its avionics were a generation behind the Tomcats. It was an interceptor, not a true air superiority fighter. The F-14 Tomcat was a sophisticated, multi-mission weapon system designed to dominate a complex battle space from the deck of an aircraft carrier. The MiG-25 Foxbat was a specialized, land-based interceptor built to counter a specific threat that never materialized. The fear of the Foxbat's perceived capabilities drove the creation of a superior American fighter, precise, tense, controlled, and clear, never slow or sleepy. Read like an operations room briefing is unfolding in real time, with sober emphasis on decisions, logistics, terrain, and consequences. The Tomcat was the shield of the fleet. The Foxbat was a high-altitude spear. Which design philosophy is more relevant for the air forces of today? The specialized interceptor or the multi-role fighter? Let us know your thoughts below.